Welcome back to Dude, We Can Fix It. I'm going to show you how to replace your strut assembly on your Ford Taurus. First, get your car properly situated on some jack stands and make sure that it's good and secure. You don't want that falling on you. You will need a 19mm socket to remove the lug nuts. Remove the wheel. Alright, so we got the wheel off. Go ahead and do yourself a favor and spray down the bottom of this strut with some oil, penetrating oil, lubricating oil, whatever you got. Let that soak while you're doing it. First, we're going to remove the brake line bracket, which is a single 10mm bolt right in here. There we go. Looks like such. Next, we will remove this 18mm nut holding on the top of the sway bar link. I use an impact to break that loose already. If you don't have an impact that'll do it, it's like a, probably like a 9mm you can put on there and then break it with a open end wrench. So now we want to jack this up or down a little bit in order to get this out. It's kind of stuck. Lift it up with the jack. There we go. It'll come right out. Move that out the way. At this point, you will need a 7/8 wrench or ratchet and socket to take this nut off from right here where it goes on the end of this bolt. Just come in here, take that off of there. Take you a hammer, tap this bolt through to the other side. You may have to lift up on it with a jack or not and pull that bolt out. Because the great engineers at Ford did not give enough vertical space to remove the strut out of the cinch clamp, and these quick struts do not come compressed. Start with a sledgehammer, be sure not to hit your brake line, start beating it down. Alright, so now that we've done beat on the knuckle here, you can see that all this is how much the strut has come up out of the knuckle, but it still needs to come up almost another inch. And that's not gonna happen because the lower control arm is bottomed out on the frame. So we're going to loosen the frame up to get some more clearance. Okay, so now we're going to support the subframe, put a jack and a block, and then we're going to loosen the subframe mounting bolts on just this one side. You don't want to do both sides at the same time, but it's right here. It's 18mm bolt. And we're also going to loosen up this subframe mounting bolt over here. Now I will see if I can get this out. Alright, so I completely removed the mounting bolt in the front. So the front mounting bolt is completely out. I'm going to lower the subframe a little bit. Hey, I think that'll work. Now you'll need a 14mm socket to take these 3 nuts off. Alright, that should be plenty. Now, should be able to lift this up and pull it straight out. Alright, now we will compare our old one and our new one side by side. Make sure they look the same. They both have these mounting tabs here and this stuff going on. So everything looks about the same. This section is the same as that section. The only difference I can see is that this bracket turned around and welded on this one. So I don't think that's going to affect anything. That's just for the stabilizer bar to bolt into. And we have 3 new nuts for the top. So let's throw it in there. We'll make sure that this tab here is facing towards the back, because that's got to fit inside of this slot. We'll go ahead and put the top in first, line it up, and then put 1 nut on. So you see from up here, I just threaded this 1 nut on. It's not even all the way on. You want this to have some play in it like that. That way you can still maneuver it from underneath. So at this point, go ahead and do yourself another favor and lube up the bottom of this piston and the inside of this sleeve. And now we'll try to get this all back together. There we go. Had to loosen that nut up a few turns, get a little more play out of it. Okay, so my CV axle had come a little bit extended. I think that was part of my problem, but I've got it to reset a little bit. So now, once again, we gotta get this in the right spot. Alright, now we are ready to put our body mounting bolts back in. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and torque this down to 80 foot-pounds. There we go. Once again, we'll torque this down to 80 foot-pounds. Perfect. Now we can remove the floor jack from under the frame and place it under the control arm. One thing that can help is taking these off. So now we're going to put some pressure on the bottom of the knuckle, and then we'll tap down on this nut with a large hammer. So we're starting to make some progress getting this clip into the cinch cup. So we'll jack it up a little bit. That's lined back up. We can reinsert our bolt and put our 20mm or 7/8 nut on the other side. Now we'll put our stabilizer bar back through this hole back here. May have to jack up a little bit to get it lined up. Okay, so now you will need a 18mm wrench to put this nut on. Get it as far as you can by hand, and then this is going to start spinning. Need an 8mm socket or wrench to hold that, and then you can tighten it up. Good to go. Get that nice and tight. You will need a 10mm to reattach the brake line bracket. Alright, now it's time to put the tire back on. Thanks for watching. That's how you change the strut on your Ford Taurus. Please check in for more videos. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like our content, please subscribe to our channel. And as always, dude, we can fix it.